Horizon Zero Dawn style open world survival game, previously blasted as shameless, seemingly gets thumbs up from Sony. Okay, Catherine Lewis over at Games Radar. The new Horizon Zero Dawn-esque survival game, Light of Motiram, seems to have been given a thumbs up from Sony, despite rampant comparisons of it and Guerrilla's Games action RPG series, as it also will be launching on PS5. Light of Motiram, I'm sure, yeah. Motiram? That's how it's pronounced today. It's such a weird name for me. I don't know what it is. Was revealed last week and promptly gave everybody deja vu. Dude, it was a whirlwind of a, what are you guys doing here? But set in a lush open world overrun by colossal machines called mechanimals. It's horrible. You'd be forgiven to think you were looking at another of Aloy's adventures at a first glance. While it feels different to play, with it boosting what sounds more like a Power World style combination of survival, crafting, and creature collecting elements, you can tame and befriend the mechanimals. That's where it gets really different, right? But that's not stopped people from calling it shameless, and even former Blizzard president Mike Ybarra has spoken out about it. Given how similar the game looks to Horizon games, you might have expected that its existence could have raised a few eyebrows over at Sony, but as it stands, that doesn't seem to be the case. Akimitsu reports a new trailer for the game confirming its release on PS5 has been shared across Chinese PlayStation social media accounts on Bilibili and Weibo, suggesting that the company doesn't mind that Polaris Quest upcoming release looks closely related to the iconic franchise with Aloy. Dude, unreal. But a little bit more here. As it was previously confirmed, Light of Motiram would be coming to PC as a free-to-play release next year. But Kimitsu also reports that it's slated to be a mobile release on Android and iOS when translated via Google. The video description of the aforementioned PS5 trailer mentioned that the mobile test recruitment will be happening soon. Dude, this game sounds like it's further along than we expected. Are you surprised that it is actually coming to PS5?
I'm definitely a little bit surprised, right? But as you know, looked into it a little bit more, right? It kind of combines a lot of different styles, right? It kind of looks like Horizon Zero Dawn. Then you watch the trailer, it kind of almost plays more like a Power World, which Nintendo might be the ones that they actually need to be worried about. The one thing that we talked about, exactly. The one thing we talked about that I'm hoping excited, it's co-op, right? And that might be where it's just enough different. If this was a single-player game, I could see Sony being like, no, we're gonna shut this down. But because they're going co-op, it might be like, hey, look, we're going co-op. You didn't bring co-op to Horizon Zero Dawn, so I'm excited. I think this game could be a ton of fun if it comes out. I'm interested to see how it's gonna run, right? If we're gonna go Android, iOS, PC, PS5, who knows about Xbox? We assume so, right? Who knows? Curious how this is actually going to run and look, especially how they're boasting, right? Physics-based building. There's only so many things you can make run on a phone really, really well. So curious to see at the end of the day how all this is going to jam together. But I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of excited for this game. 2025 is a busy year, though, Drew. We're going to talk about it later in the show, but release date is everything. This could easily be swallowed up, or it could maybe be that middle of the year game that carries us to that grand finale that we all know is coming next year.
I wonder if it takes off like Power World did.
I could see
it. Because it hit the scene, dude, and exploded. Can this pull that off? Becomes the biggest question. Now, granted, when you get into the base mechanics of what's going on within the game, it is different from Aloy's Adventure. Aloy's Adventure is very story-driven, right? There is a point A to a point B and conclusion of how that all plays out. Is there a story here? Yet to be known, right? But there is this whole go out, gather materials, craft, building mechanic, tame animals, things that aren't necessarily heavily influenced or focused on in Aloy's Adventures. You don't build anything in those, right? Now, granted, on the other side of this, Guerrilla's working on a multiplayer game that is set in Aloy's world. So when does that come out in comparison to this? Dude, I hope this does not drop in February. If they drop this in February, that is a bad move, right? They need to go wait past February, and then we'll see maybe getting into that March might be the sweet spot for them, right? Let's get into where something's a little quieter, You can get there. You can maybe take that spotlight for a week or two, maybe a little bit longer. Hopefully carry that forward. And let's see. You're going to get the haters regardless. They come out and go, this is just Aloy's world. Blah, 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 blah. However, if they are able to pull off the mechanics and everything feels the way it should, that everybody wants it to, and it's done well, this could be the next Pal World.